Today, I pray for you. May you have a heart free of sadness, a mind free of worries, a life full of gladness, a body free of illness, and a day full of God's blessings.
The problem is, you care too much. You're always the one giving, always the one listening, always the one loving. But the more you care, the deeper it hurts. The more you sacrifice yourself where it's not appreciated, the more you lose pieces of yourself. You want to fix everything, to shoulder their burdens, to make it all okay. But in the process, you forget yourself. Their problems become your pain. You bend until you break. You give everything, and somehow, it's still never enough. It's okay to pull back, to let go, to choose yourself even when it feels selfish. Caring is not a weakness, but letting it destroy you is.
Today,
welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome into QueenTiki Tarot. How is everybody? I've been getting a lot of downloaded messages this morning. There's something, I don't know, you're being guided to do, or being led to do, or you're being, somebody maybe trying to coerce you into doing something. But I keep like repeatedly singing, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. So it's like, no, 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 no. Or some of you, hold on. I actually turned on classical music today to kind of like chill. So, a change up. There's something about changing up as well. A change up. So somebody, you could be changing, or who you are, or what you're doing, or moving forward, elevating, and you got somebody, or you know, somebody's in your energy that's like, oh no, 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 no. Like they don't want that to happen for whatever reason. And I just got where you think you're going. So I don't know where, you know, if you're going or you're doing something, you know, for your highest good, or something like getting like self-love, like healing, and they're like, oh no, 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 we can't let that happen. There's just somebody's like wanting to suppress you. Now it could be, you know, an entity, spirit, or whatever person, or even working through people that's like, no, 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 you can't heal. No, 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 you can't elevate. No, 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 you can't ascend. No, 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 no. So there's something about that as well. I also got something about being the last one standing. you know, you might have won like a battle, but you did not win the war. Like somebody's going to be literally the last one standing. And the reason why I got that is like I got my little mug. I don't know if it's my little coffee mug. And these are my, I got it. I was so excited to get it. I really was. But it's King Henry VIII and all his wives. I love English history if y'all don't know me already. Actually, history in general, but really like Tudor period, English. I do. I love it. Anyhow, on it, you know, it shows each of the wives, and of course their names. I don't know if you can see, and it shows like how they ended up, you know, being married to King Henry VIII. And it's, you know, it says divorced, and then, you know, died, divorced, you know, and then again, and then survived. So in a world full of, I'm getting like a victim mentality. You're no longer living in a victim mentality. You are living in this survived. So it's like, yeah, most people, when they think about English Tudor or English history, especially like King Henry VIII, a lot of the times really they discuss about, one, the fact that he had 6 wives, right? But the fact that how he acquired each wife and how they ended up. And most of the, you know, it's like romanticized a lot of the times, but it's really a little more gruesome and awful than that as far as history goes. But most people think about Catherine of Aragon and Anne Boleyn, that type of story, where Catherine of Aragon was his first wife, and they were married for many, many, many years. She had Mary, who became Queen Mary, but then because she could not give birth to a, you know, a male heir, like it was a female's fault or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like it was her fault. But because she couldn't provide that, and he was pressured to have a male heir, I don't know about, maybe something about a male heir. Somebody was wanting to have a boy, they want a boy, they want a male heir, someone to carry on their bloodline or whatever. Carry on their name, you know. Anyhow, but then a lot of people think about Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn, you know, it was like this promise of new hope about bringing in a male heir, da-da-da-da. Well, the fact of the matter is, of course, she miscarried. She had Elizabeth, who then later on became Queen Elizabeth, right? The Virgin Queen. Everybody knows her as that. However, they don't really talk. I mean, you do hear about the other, you know, queens. You know, Jane Seymour, who died not too long after childbirth, and the child passed as well. And he grieved that. I don't know, like he grieved that. He didn't really grieve the other two, but he grieved that because she provided a male heir, which showed him that he was able to produce a male heir. But that's where he was hurt the most, and I'm getting like he was more kind of butthurt, you know, because his male line would succeed. And then of course he married on. He felt deceived by Anna Cleves, if you don't know, which there's behind it. Catherine Howard, very, very young, but because I don't know if it was judging or whatever, because he was already well up in age by then, it was kind of more like, But the thing is, most people don't discuss Catherine Parr. It's most of the time the first or the second, you know, Catherine of Aragon and Anne Boleyn. The love story between Anne Boleyn. And there's also that kind of love story with Catherine of Aragon as well. However, they were set aside. He was on the verge with Catherine Parr to actually going to divorce her, have her framed for doing something. That way he didn't have to, I don't know, he was being really heavily influenced by the court, let's put it that way, to put aside Catherine Parr for a new queen. Why, you know. Hi, London. How are you? Welcome in. But the fact of the matter was, before he could have it carried out with Catherine Parr, to either have her framed or, you know, and divorced, or framed and have her as well, you know what I mean? He died of his own sickness, his own illnesses that was going on at the time. However, during the time, and why am I telling you all this story? Like, what the shit? If y'all want to know English history, I'm just saying. But at the time, she was already in the works, and it's like, oh, no, 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 no. I'm not going to be like all these other queens. I'm not going to fall into this victim. I'm not going to be his victim. She was already planning her way out that marriage, because she knew what the court was trying to do. Intuition, she heard it, and she understood it. She understood. Though she was there caring for him and taking care of him during his last days, she knew that he wasn't in his right mind, for one. Two, the court was already against her because they wanted to implement a new queen. Why? Because it was for their highest good, not for his highest good, or for hers, that matter. And she was like, So the thing is while all these other queens he was able to set aside, God said no, not this one. Nope, not this time, not this one. And I will say, you know, a lot of the reasons, and looking from a higher perspective, if you look at the trajectory of how timeline is, you know, Catherine of Aragon was Catholic. Anne Boleyn helped change the English history into the Protestant church. And so the trajectory. So it's kind of the timeline. It was kind of like that. Maybe that's how it was meant to be. And it sucks when you have to say it like that, and it does. But on a broader spectrum, a broader purpose, that's how it was. Hi, Angel Eyes. So, however, God was like, no, not this one. It's not going to happen. So before he could try and take the life or divorce her or whatever, you know, to frame her for some shit that she didn't even do, God was like, nope, not going to happen. He took King Henry's life instead. So it's something about you being a survivor and no longer playing victim to anyone. And by you stepping into that power of no longer being in a victim mentality, you have people around you, or energies or spirits or whatever, who is like, no. They want to put you back into this victim mentality. And you're like, no, I'm taking my shit into my own hands and handling my own. So you're like, you're no longer going to be I'm getting like anybody's bitch. Like, you ain't like, I'm not the one. Not yesterday, not today, and not tomorrow. You are not the one to play with now. You're like, no. You're taking your power back, and it's in your hands, but you got people around you who are like, It's giving, they want to control you, keep you suppressed. Some of you, they may even want to try and take you out. So, there's something about, I also saw, when I was shuffling the deck here, where it's like, somebody is trying so very hard to hide some secrets, and they don't want those secrets to come out. So they're willing to go through any means necessary in an effort to stop and block from sort of secret from coming out. They're trying to keep something hidden. You got craft. There could be, again, they could be using some sort of witchcraft for like your throat chakra, crown chakra, or whatever, to try and stop and block you from speaking your truth, speaking up for yourself, standing up for yourself, and suppressing you. So that way you can't basically level up. They want to keep you in some sort of frame of mindset to where you are either depressed, or you are just feeling like there's no more zest for life, you know, like this is it. They want you to settle. No. I'm getting no. That's not what you're meant to do. But you got somebody who's doing this. Could be attacking like health, your work, what it is that you do daily. But your mind is expanding. You've seen through, you've grown, and you're no longer willing to stay stagnant in a situation, stay stuck in a situation. You're no longer willing to accept anything less than what it is that you deserve. And so you're taking a leap of faith. You're wanting some sort of change. You're maybe taking a risk to go after and do what it is that you want to do. Some of you could be going to be traveling for work, which that's actually kind of funny. I'm posting this now just so you know, like, heads up. I got the stream tonight for the angel numbers, guidance, and a gemstone to work for this week. I believe I may go ahead and pre-record next week's, and maybe the following week. I might do maybe the following week as well. I myself am going on a little travel venture. You're moving to South Africa. Oh, that's awesome. Sweet. And if he agrees and he's cool with it, I plan on going live while I am away from my domain. I do plan on going live still. I'm getting it all set up and situated. But if he agrees to it, I may have my son go live with me, be on cam with me. But that's if he's cool. Yeah, I'm visiting my baby boy, the youngest son. If y'all don't already know me, y'all know I got 4 kids. 2 of them are grown-ass adults. They grown. And then I have my 2 younger ones who are, one is getting ready. She's in her senior year of school this year. And then I got another one. She's not quite in middle school yet. But, yeah. So, and I haven't seen my younger son in a while. I have 2. Why am I telling you all my business? Damn, what's up with that? I don't know. But I have one who's in the Army, and then I have one who's in the Air Force. So I haven't seen him in a while. I've been taking care of my my younger kids. So I haven't been able to kind of travel the distance. Now I'm going the distance. It's like you're going the distance, but yeah, I am. So if he agrees, maybe I can get him on cam. And FYI, y'all ain't gotta be shy around him. He's grown, And I'll be myself. Actually, I might even be my goofier self, like for real, because I really do get goofy around my kids. We get silly, and he really does. He's just as silly, so it'd be a different energy, different dynamic between the 2 of us. Actually, I'm silly around all my kids, but anyhow, you're taking some sort of action, some sort of forward movements. You're gaining the strength, the courage, the willpower. Some of you may have an increase in sex drive. I did see earlier when I was shuffling Kundalini awakening. You could be going through that. Your dreams. Some of you, you're shooting for your dreams. You're like, I'm no longer going to live in this victim mode, victim mentality. You're like, peace, that old life is done. You're seeing things from a different perspective, and you're living in that survivor mentality. Now, some of you could be figuring out what it is that you want to do, what sort of next steps you want to do. But whatever it is, you're moving towards what it is you've always dreamed of doing. Or for some of you, there may be something that's in your dreams that you're really needing to pay attention to. But with this fire I'm being drawn to, like you've got somebody around you or people around you who are heated and upset because they don't want you in this kind of energy. Yeah. You're elevating for some of you. Your stability may be increasing. Some of you are, again, you could be getting ready to locate or relocate for a job, or you're getting promoted. Let's see. But your reputation is just like, people see you or are starting to see you for who you truly are. You may have had things hidden, like behind the scenes, keeping things behind the scenes, keeping things kind of low key. But there may be some sort of information that's coming out where it's like, okay, maybe restoring your reputation, because, you know, there could have been, like, I'm getting slander, a lot of gossip, and it was basically to try to destroy your reputation. And it was from hater. You know, it could have stemmed from, like, one specific person, and then just, like, out of control. Or maybe a couple people and just out of control. And it may have, like, they tried to tarnish your reputation. But the thing is, because you kept things hidden, you kept things quiet, you kept things to yourself, and you didn't I'm not gonna say you didn't call them out, you just didn't reveal everything. You know, there was like a preconceived notion about who you are, what you stand for, and why you act the way that you act, or things like that. And people are going to start seeing from a different perspective the whys, or they're going to be finding out, okay, who was lying, who was not. It's like, you know, trying to figure out, like, truth versus fiction kind of thing. You could be dealing with a Cancer. You could be dealing with a Taurus, a Capricorn, Aquarius, and I'm getting double Aquarius and Leo. There could have been a Leo and an Aquarius or Cancer. But I'm getting like you are trusting in the universe and this plan for your future plans is what I'm getting. Some of you could be tapping into your creativity. There's something about juicy gossip where it's like, there could have been like spreading, like gossip confirmation. And it's like, ew, you know what I just found out? And then they take that one tiny little thing and it just literally snowballs into like a big, like could be like a big, I'm getting like, not so much a snowball, but you know, like those little rubber band balls that like the cats play with, where you just add one little layer, add another layer, add another layer. So it's like adding another little layer of falsities or falsehoods and adding another layer, adding another, until like the truth is so actually distorted to where you don't know what the hell to believe. And it was meant, you know, wasn't that it was meant, I mean, some people around you could have been tested to see how they handle certain information that's been handed to them. Like, what are they going to do with that? Are they going to continue spreading gossip or rumors and lies and etc.? Or are they going to actually find out truth for themselves? Some people around you may not have done so, you know, and it's time for, like, because things are balancing out in the universe, and you know, karma, dharma, whatever will be dished out. Things is going to be balanced out in the universe. So you could be dealing with that. And somebody could be receiving some information about somebody receiving some sort of karma, or I'm getting like a kickback based upon their choices. Some of you, your stability is going to be increasing, but I'm getting like a kickback for choices. I always have always told my well, not just my girls but my kids, like, every action has an equal natural reaction. So every choice that you make will determine the trajectory of your future. So when you make a decision or a choice, you have to understand if those have consequences, but most people look at consequences in a negative effect. But consequences, you know, in essence is dharma or karma. Like you could be reaping rewards and all that for making a good positive decision, a good positive choice, or if you made something that is not in alignment with yourself and with your life, or making a wrong decision, that could shift you into a different, like receiving some sort of karmic rewards towards you, you know, or not so much rewards, but more like lessons, karmic lessons towards you. So, London. I hope, you know, sometimes it's just like, I don't know if it's going to resonate. And this is not this read, when I started, it wasn't necessarily a love read. I mean, it could involve your relationships, love dynamic, but I'm getting this is more of like somebody's healing journey, somebody's path that they're being guided and pushed into stepping into. Some may have made like certain decisions that have taught them karmic lessons and they're needing to learn those lessons, and some have stepped on the path to where they're receiving blessings because of actions. Again, with the universe leveling, or like, yeah, pretty much basically leveling itself out. Some of you got like wish fulfillment. You're happy, you're looking good, you're feeling good with this 9 of Cups energy. You're taking care of you with this Cups energy. You know, you could be taking care of your body more, or even just your mentality. You're at peace within yourself. So for who I'm talking to, it's like you're at peace with your decisions, you're at peace with what's going on in your life, you're happy, and you're working towards you're in your North Node is what I'm getting, but you're working towards your, it's like end goal, end game. Something about your end game. You got the Knight of Pentacles here. It may have felt like it's been like a slow, agonizing, painful journey for some of you. And I feel that. I get it. You know, and something may have taken like longer than expected is what I'm getting. But I'm also getting like slow and steady wins the race. Hence, the last one standing. So, for some of you, you may have somebody slowly coming in towards you, or who has been slowly coming towards you, who wants to actually commit to you. I'm really getting like snail speed. Just be careful not to pour salt on it. What the shit? That's something about like with kids, you know, you would see a snail and you know, like if you put salt on it, it literally dissolves. So be careful how you handle what is coming in towards you is what I'm getting. Because sometimes the universe presents you with an opportunity to see how you're going to handle it. You pour some sugar on it, it's just going to, you know, it's not going to dissolve it, first off. It's just going to make it that much sweeter. You pour salt on it, it's going to dissolve, meaning it's going to just, it's like a separation. You're going to like pull away or whatever. You know, the sweeter, I'm getting just the sweeter it is, the better. And I'm not talking about snails, but because that's kind of gross. You lost over 50 pounds. That's awesome. That's awesome. I've been doing a little bit for myself too. Don't need love reads, it's perfect. No, I typically, I do, it depends. It's whatever comes out normally, but this feels like a different kind of read. Also, I'm being guided to do a dark series read, which, keep in mind, I think if I do record that, it'll be uploaded for later. Somebody feels like they've been out in the cold. They may feel abandoned. People around you, it depends. Like I said, karma or dharma. Somebody could be losing their job, or somebody feels like they are left out in the cold. Now, for some of you, it's just the hardships, all the pain, all the stuff that you've gone through. This too shall pass, is what I'm getting. Because it doesn't stay frozen. It doesn't stay cold forever. Seasons change. So you may feel like you're in a place of isolation. You're in a place of like a funk right now. But that's going to thaw away. I mean, I'm getting time changes everything. Like, time will change. And over time, things it's cyclical. I mean, who doesn't go through stuff, you know? And we all have, for our lives, we all have ups, we all have downs, we all go through stuff. But it's a matter of how you handle those situations. Bottom of the deck, you're determined. Whatever it is that you've handled with grace. All of these obstacles, all the hardships, all the pain, all the suffering, you've handled it with grace. With this Knight of Cups energy. And you're determined, to overcome this feeling of hopelessness. You know, where somebody, or again, a group of somebody could have tried to keep you trapped, kept you bound within a situation. It's also giving like a handler kind of vibes in a way, where they don't want you to elevate. They want to control how it is, what you do, when you do it, how you do it, and all, you know, and they try to keep you locked and bound within a situation, just so you don't elevate, so you don't shine bright. Aquarius energy here. You got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But you are meant to shine. Some of you, you're going after, again, this is total wish fulfillment. You've got a wish coming in towards you. It's just, some of you, no matter what it is about this hardship, or not, about this, top of the deck, about this hardship that you've gone through, you are still determined to not keep yourself trapped and go after and be what it is that you've always wanted. You're no longer in this struggle or feeling like, I guess, kind of like in a way like you're gasping for air. I just got Maroon 5, harder and harder to breathe, where it's like you have suffocating energies around you, or you got like somebody who has like I'm getting like a codependency issue, where it's just like they want to bombard you with needs, wants, with and I'm not talking about your kids. Your kids are your kids. I'm talking about like there may have been like a romantic relationship or a boss or whatever who's just, it's like suffocating you. And you're breaking free. Those chains have dropped. You're no longer in that type of energy. Let's see, like, what you've gone through. King of Swords. You could be dealing with the King of Swords now, which is to me it gives masculine energy of somebody who's actually looking within and doing the work. You may be somebody who is, I'm getting a catalyst for people who make them look at themselves. And typically when I see the King of Swords, they're holding a sword and they're ready to protect what it is and speak their truth. However, with the sword, a sword is double-sided. And the reflection from the sword, because it's metallic and it can reflect back in to force you to actually look at yourself. And the King of Swords energy, it gives me that this person is looking within and needing to face their truth. Queen of Swords energy, typically is somebody who not only takes accountability for their actions because they got the, you know, they're really swords up, defensive, but for some reason it gives me that double-sided, it's duality for me, to where they'll not only speak their truth, but they actually honor their own truth, like a strict moral code, where the King of Swords is focused more on what's true. Sometimes it's kind of like they don't want to look within to maybe face the fact that maybe it's on them and not on the other party, because they're more, oh, King of Swords, I don't know if I can, hold on. Let's see if I can find it in here so I can like give a better description. Oh, interestingly enough, here it is. Let me get the Queen of Swords out. Where is she? Getting the Queen of Swords is further on down the road. On down the road. I just got on the road again. Come on, Lord, give it to me. Oh, somebody's hiding the fact that they're actually really all up in their head. What the? Where are you? Queen of Swords is trying to stay hidden. Or just, I'm kind of getting too, like, minding their own. Or needing to mind your own. It's in the middle of the pack. In the middle. The Queen of Swords energy. I'm getting, okay. A spider web. All this is like centered around a Queen of Swords. I'm getting truth teller. And reflecting. Forcing people to look within. And that's why it was keeping a Queen of Swords kind of suppressed. Here it is. Or trying to keep truth suppressed. Keep it quiet. Again, back to the beginning. Something about back to the beginning. They want something to go back to the beginning. But if you look, she's like waving the hand, like here. Like, you can come and talk to me. I'll listen. The sword is not only just facing her, but it's facing outward. So I'm going to tell you about yourself, but I'll also tell you about myself, kind of thing. Like owning, taking accountability. But it's also because she owns, whether it be masculine or feminine, but this card, she owns up to what she's done. You know, and the hell with whatever anybody else said. That's her truth, right? But she's also going to reflect back that truth. So she's like, come on, bring it on. Go ahead, tell me your truth, but I got a few words of truth for you, too. Whereas the King of Swords here, he's not so much welcoming to the truth. He's focused outward. And if you look at them, too, he's kind of got his head down just a little bit. He's focused on the outwards. But she's like, I focus on in and out. He's not as welcoming. So you may have had somebody who maybe wasn't as welcoming towards the truth or wanting to see the truth within themselves. And for some of you, you may have people around you, again, with that projection energy. Not so much projection energy. It's reflection energy. Yeah, I left ears ringing. You got people around who don't like, not you, but they don't like what they see in themselves. They feel like that they have to compare themselves to you. And it's really just an inner projection of their own insecurities. Why do you feel the need to where you have to compare or to compete or to, you know, like, it's giving envy, jealousy, greed, whatever. Why do you feel the need to where you have to do that? What is it about that person that is unsettling to you? You know, or group, whatever, is unsettling to you. There's something within you that's being triggered that you're needing to kind of look at. For many of you, you've done this work and you find you're elevating, but you may have people around you that are still needing to do this inner work. And you may be dealing with a lot of people who are going to be just like passive aggressive with you, or they're going to be putting their own shit on you. And you have to realize it's not you. If you're in that Queen of Swords energy, you got this Page of Wands. Taking flight, ready to go for what it is that you're passionate about. And with the holding the lamp, the genie lamp, it's like you're... Oh, somebody was trying to steal your destiny, steal your wishes, or steal your hope, your faith, so that way you don't reach a point where you receive your wish fulfillment. Because the bird, like if y'all know Aladdin, like the bird is in cahoots with like dark priest, or you know, dark priestess, if you want to call it could be like, you know, magician energy as well, however you want to look at it. But he's like in cahoots with that energy in an effort to try to obtain something that does not belong to him, was not gifted to him. Because when Aladdin went in to go get the lamp, he was gifted the lamp, of course. Boo, or was it? What was the name of the monkey? Talking about the monkeys. We're trying to. He interfered with the gift that was being offered. I'm getting accidentally on purpose. I know it's like a double negative there, but it's like accidentally on purpose, to where he knew that he was being swayed, but he was so mesmerized and he just felt like he just couldn't help himself. He was compelled. So it's like maybe there's something that was compelling people to do this because of your energy. For some of you, but it's kind of like, yeah, he saw, what was it? I think it was like, was it a ruby? The ruby, I think it was. And he wanted to like take that, but it didn't belong to him. And in essence, because he was around Aladdin at the time, it caused some sort of obstacles. I'll say obstacles. In the way to get his wish fulfillment, to get what he came for, to get what, you know, was being offered to him. So for some of you, there may be some obstacles that are being put in your way, or somebody trying to create obstacles for you so you don't get what the universe is gifting you, what is destined for you. With the Three of Coins here, could have been like a group collaboration, you know, or just like could be up to 3 people. Could have been going on for the last few days to 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. Something about those threes is that I'm being drawn to. You could have had people just laughing because I'm the hyenas, or it's giving like laughing in your face, acting like they're wanting to work with you, but they're really preying on your downfall. The 7 of Wands, to try and stop and block your path, your forward movement. 8 of Cups. Oh. Whoever has blocked this path or created obstacles, I'm getting here with this, going to reap what they've sown. That's what I'm getting. Somebody's going to reap what they've sown. Oh. And I'm not saying, you know, in a negative way, because it could be Dharma as well. Because with this cup, it's love. Did they show the love? Did they not show the love? Did they pour into your cup, you know, as an equal give and take, or did they not? People are being judged and shown. You got the Five of Swords here. There could be people who are in conflict, arguing, fighting. There's some sort of dispute going on about you receiving what belongs to you. And with this Page of Swords, you got sneaky. Just still somebody who's sneaky. Spying on you, watching you. Somebody could have been paid to do so. With that Page of Swords energy. Or they were rewarded for their efforts of spying and watching and blocking some sort of pathway for you. The Knight of Swords. Here, that's a lot of swords energy. And some of you, it's like stop and block your financial ability, or stop and block your love. The Cups energy there. Wheel of Fortune. Again, this could be a boss as well who, you know, is jealous of your work. They don't want you to get that promotion. They don't want you to level up. You know, some of you, it could be family who think that they're boss of you. The Wheel of Fortune. But things are changing. You got, go from spying and watching to being like, the bias is giving like, it wasn't me. That Knight of Swords. It wasn't me. Or I didn't know. I'm getting like plausible deniability. When in fact, that sly little slick smile is like, you know, yeah, it wasn't me. You got the Wheel of Fortune. But things are turning around. It's like this karmic cycle has come to a completion. Things are being dished out. You may be trying to decide on what path, where you're wanting to go. You may have a lot of options. And it's creating conflicts within a person or a group, you know, whatever. But you may be weighing your options in a sense to where, like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? For some of you, it's giving like also that the universe is presenting you with like multiple pathways that are opening up to you, and you're trying to decide on what path to choose. Now, for some of you, if you're going like you're graduating high school and you're, you know, looking at going off to college, or even if you're in college, you could be deciding like, I want to change my major. It's just not, I don't feel that that's the correct path for me. I don't feel that that's where I'm being led and guided to do. You know, where maybe you kind of were interested in one way and you're like, okay, you were gung-ho. And then it's like you get into that and you start seeing a possible future. Like, can I see myself doing this job day in, day out, this career or whatever. And you find yourself more interested in another avenue or venture. So you may be looking at that pathway or different pathways, like what's going to make you not only the happiest, but the most stable, the most secure, you know, what's going to bring you your wish fulfillment. I'm getting like the wheels are spinning. The wheels are spinning on like options. His wheels are spinning. Like, what do you want to do? You know, you could have the universe like, all right, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What you want to do? Like, and you could be like open to possibilities right now, and you're just like, I don't know, and trying to, you know, figure out like what's gonna get you there, what's gonna lead you there. But I'm also getting like all roads lead to Rome. You know, that just, it's just saying, and so it's like no matter what direction, it's like the universe is like, yeah, I'm gonna get you there. No matter what path you choose, I'm gonna get you to what it is that you're wanting. You know, whether it's peace, whether it's love, it's financial stability, you're just grounded, you know, just in your own security and happiness. Whatever it is that you want, whatever path you choose, trust in the universe, like it's going to get you exactly what it is that you're hoping to desire. Music. Oh, you want music? Industry? That's awesome. Oh shit. Oh, there's what. Let's look at it. No, I don't want this one. I want this one first before I pull that. I decided to do, I don't know why, but I decided to go with like Disney themed. Not Disney, but more of like a fairy tale aspect. It's giving something could be like something you might, it's like if you have a union coming in, it could be like feeling like a fairy tale romance and literally have faith and trust and a little pixie dust. You know, sprinkle a little sparkle on it while you're doing what you're doing. Your own little sparkle. Some of you, if you're tapping into creativity and you're worried maybe about competition, you know, and you're like, yeah, you know, it's been done, but do they do it like you do? Can they do it like you can? You know, can they provide the rights, you know, amount of love and effort, and I'm getting sparkle and pizzazz to it like you freaking can? No, you got your own spin on things. You got your own uniqueness to you. And so it's like, no matter what it is, go for it. You know, you could be, I don't know, shoot, I'm getting like sewing or seamstress or doing whatever. Or, you know, if you've got, you know, like in music, like, you know how you could take a song and create it to make it your own, just by your own vocals, just by your own, not just transition, but your own transformation of the song to actually make it your own. It's what a lot of artists, you know, will do now. They'll take like very old songs, put a spin version to update, modernize it or whatever with, you know, either vocals, well, a lot with vocals, and with the actual background music to update the music style in order to fit today's type of music. But yeah, it's the same song, it's just they create their own spin. So I'm getting like somebody who is wanting to tap into something that they're really, really good at. Really good at. You may be doubting yourself because you may feel like, well, everybody else is doing it. No, honey, they don't have the same pizzazz. They don't have that sparkle like you got. They can't do it like you can. So you're being guided. What do you want? Where do you put your own little sparkle on? Huh? Wait, that's a song, isn't it? Put a little spark. I think I have heard it before. I'm trying to remember the artist. I think I know, but I don't want to get it wrong, so. You got fairy goals, your stability. Those are your pentacles, baby. You're putting in some work. And what I'm getting from this is the universe here, God. If you take a look, like she's doing all the work, she's doing all this. The universe is seeing all the work that you're putting in, all the hard work that you're putting in. And you got the Six of, well, sunbeams, but this is like the Six of Wands here. You're being celebrated for your work, the work that you put in for some of you, or you will be here soon. Be celebrated for the work that you put in. The universe is, you know, God's happy with the work that you put in, what you've been doing. He's seen everything, knows. Your archangels, guardian angels, all of them have seen all the work, time, effort put in, not just the outward, but also inward as well. And you're being celebrated for that, for some of you. Or you will be. Hey, Lisa. How are you, hon? So the hard work, the work that you're putting into, like, your career, your creativity, whatever it is that you're putting, all that work and effort, you're being rewarded. For some of you, there could be an increase in funding, increase in clients. There could be a promotion at work because, like, maybe your boss has seen you actually, you know, the amount of time, the energy, the love, whatever it is that you're putting into it, they may reward you as such. Even if it's just like give you an award, you know, a recognition, like employee of the month or something like that. You may be being recognized for that this month. All right, and then you've got, okay, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, reverse. Four of Wands. And then you've got the World. Okay, you're on this hamster wheel right now. The wisdom is what I'm getting with this Wheel of Fortune. Either somebody is trying to get some sort of information on you about a celebration. With the mouse here, it's giving me, but the quiet. They want you to keep quiet. This little crystal of mine, for the last couple days, is continuously falling over. And no matter how many times I pick it back up, it keeps falling over, right? Somebody may have been in the energy, it's like every time I pick myself back up, something else happens, right? And then you pick yourself back up, and then something else happens. You know, most of it's like giving me like the circle of life. It's what happens. But you've got somebody who is going to be receiving some kind of karma. They may have wished it upon you, and now they're going to be receiving it back to back to back to back. You may have been dealing with some sort of attacks, you know, continuous attacks, where they're, you know, somebody may have been threatening you, or they've tried to, you know, again, like at the beginning, smear your name to tarnish your reputation, or you've got like finances stopping your, you know, maybe trying to steal money or take money or whatever. And whomever this is going, or could be a specific person, could be a group. This could have been going on for like the last 4 months, 4 weeks, 4 years. That's what I'm getting for some of you. But let me get confirmation. Maybe somebody's gaining some sort of information as to why a situation was maybe getting put on ice. Where things felt like that they weren't moving forward for whatever reason. Somebody's trying to gain some sort of information as to why some sort of celebration has been kind of like put on ice, some sort of union. For some of you, it could be twin flame union, but it could also be a job, like why. You're wanting to know why. But I'm getting like there may be energy around you wanting to know why. Something either didn't work out in their favor, you know, or it's like a why energy. Somebody's name could be Ben. I'm looking at the clock there. You got 8 of Feathers. which is Swords. 8 of Swords. Page of Wands. You got the King of Wands here. Pentacles. Okay, and then Swords. Okay, there's a lot of swords here. 9. And the King of Swords. Okay, yeah. What did I say Wands? That's the King of Swords. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, 8 of Wands. King of... Not Wands. Why do I keep saying Wands? Why do I want to keep saying Wands? Somebody's passionate about you, or you're passionate about a situation. But yet, there's a King of Swords energy here. They may not be wanting to face their own internal truths. And so, they're on this like cyclical thing to where they're hoping and wishing and wanting to manifest something in. They're wanting some sort of celebration to come in towards them. But with the world, it's because they're not willing to change their outlook on a situation. Either internally with the King of Swords, or, you know, externally. They're not willing to look at something from a different perspective. And it's like you're looking at this, somebody's looking at this Queen of Swords right here. And the duality of her. Somebody could see you as like supernatural, or in a different light. Well, a lot of time, like in a different light than what you see yourself, basically. Like, it's like giving pedestal, and they're focused on this. But with this 8 of Swords energy, they're not willing to look at the flip side of things. It's like thinking, always thinking negatively about a person or a situation, and not seeing the duality in someone. It could be even something about I'm getting a couple different things to where, oh, it's not in reversed. If it was reversed, well, these are in reversed. Somebody could be speaking some sort of truth as to why there was no cause of celebration, in a way. It's giving the Swords betrayal. It's giving like the angels, you know, like you got like I'm getting the vision of, you know, like where on one shoulder you got the little, you know, demonic thing, but then on the other shoulder you got the little angel. You know, which one are you going to listen to? It's giving us like somebody's not looking at a reason why something turned out the way it did. They're looking at it one perspective instead of looking at it from all sides, all perspectives. Now, for some of you, like, you've already done this, but you have, and speaking on it, you could be speaking on, like, Because with that dual nature, it's giving covert narcissists, if you've dealt with them, like, you know, to where they want to be pedestalized, basically. They want to be, like, praised and worshipped, and, you know, maybe not worshipped, you know what I mean, but they want to be seen in one light. They don't want to be seen in a different negative light. And it's that duality. It's giving, like, someone who's kind and all that outwardly towards everybody around you, but yet behind closed doors, behind the scenes, they're entirely different. And I'm not, and I mean, like, in a more of a negative light. However, you have somebody who is painting. I'm getting painting. Could be painting someone where, and it's because it's like they've pedestalized somebody, where they're trying to paint them in a negative light, but yet, because they're doing that, that's why they are in this energy. They're not willing to face some sort of truth. There may have been something hidden behind, to where they didn't know somebody was going through something, but yet it's giving, like, but outwardly they put on, not necessarily to hide, well, a lot of people do that, like, you put on, like, think about, like, the comedians or whatever, you put on the happy face and everything, but underneath the surface, you know, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of things that, you know, they don't. So it's like somebody gets harboring a lot of pain that they don't want the world to see. They don't want to express it. There's some sort of truth coming out about that. It could be, you know, projecting because of that deep-seated, rooted pain within them. They project instead of facing their own inner demons, facing their own inner truth. And until they face this own inner truth about themselves, things are not going to change. It's just going to keep repeating a cycle over and over and over until somebody actually learns a lesson, learns why they've gone through some things, you know, seeing things from a higher perspective. And also, in addition, like, healing those, whatever's triggering them, healing those wounds within. And until they don't, there's, like, the universe is like, no, I just got somebody's coming in and be like, I can give you what you need. Somebody's going to be tempted to fall back. I'm getting, like, if there's an addiction, a history, or a previous pattern, or somebody wants you to fall back into that, either or, take it or resonates, to where they want you to fall back in some sort of pattern that kept you stuck, that kept you from being able to do it. So, you know, and I'm not even saying it's negative. I mean, people see it as negative, but it could be something like, say you're losing weight or whatever. They want you, like, and you're focused on your fitness, and you got people around you who are, like, secretly hating, and they're like, did you see all that they lost? Like, it's low-key jealous. They don't like your health habits. They don't like what you're doing. They don't like to see you glowing and feeling good and looking good and all that other stuff. So they're wanting you to kind of, like, fall back into some sort of pattern, or, you know, you could have been like, have a sweet tooth, and they want you to, like, sweets over and over and over, to overindulge in things. So I'm getting, like somebody's like, I got what you need, you know, like, I got your fix or whatever. and you're being tempted. And that may be like where I was at the beginning, where it's like a no, no, no. You need to tell Satan, no, no. And whoever's trying to offer you that, like, no, not interested. Health guru, dogs. Yes, they're dogs. Angel Eyes, how are you still in here, Eddie? Hey, Angel Eyes, yeah. I said hey to you. Did I miss? Let me see. I'm looking at the chat. Keep in mind, like, I don't always look at the chat. I glance, but I get quite immersed into, like, the read and tapping in. The Fool. A new start, a new beginning. You're excited. And you got energies around you who are not happy for you. 9 of Cups. You're protecting your energy, your space, but you're like, you may be protecting your emotions a little bit, because if you see, she's a little guarded here. But still excited and open to the opportunity. For celebrate. Some of you got the celebration coming into you, but you really, like, in the last deck, like, you really got somebody in their head because they don't want you to be in the celebratory energy. They don't want it, but you're excited because this is the energy that you're in. New beginning. Loving on you, but you've, like, learned whatever lessons. Okay, see, there's this devil energy. Somebody, like, obsessed with your happiness. Got Hierophant here. Somebody, you could be getting married, or looking at marriage, future marriage, or you could be looking at it's like new, fresh start, moving towards your person. Or it could be a job for some of you. It could be just basically a traditional job that you're excited about. It could be like a job move or whatever. You could be, you know, I'm getting religious too. To where, like, you could be, I'm getting, like, rejuvenated, refreshed in your faith, whatever your faith is. And you're passionate about moving forward. Justice. So, Libra energy. And then 10 of Cups. Again, somebody is obsessed with your happiness. Or this is what you are, just like, you are passionately moving forward towards your happiness. But again, you got this temptation. 3 of Pentacles. 9 of Wands. You're defensive. You're protecting your energy. You're protecting what you love. You're not accepting any offers from the universe or from God. That's not for you. You got, oh, look at this. If you take a look here, you see a little peeper here. You got somebody who may be sneakily coming in wanting to make you an offer. And you got people watching and waiting. I'm getting like hooked, to where they're waiting to see if you're going to bite and take the bait. Somebody's wanting to see, are you going to take the bait? You're being tempted. Some of you have a temptation coming in towards you. And it's basically because you are protecting your energy, you're protecting yourself, you're protecting it could be finances, family, to whatever relationships, you protecting your future. you know, for that matter. And you're like, no. Some of you may be tested. Maybe you've gone through the spiritual tests and it's left you feeling not defeated. This isn't like Ten of Swords energy where it's like you're feeling defeated, betrayed. This is Nine of Wands energy, which is like you're defensive. You're ready to stand your ground. You're ready to protect yourself and what it is that you love and everything around you. And with this false offer coming in, and people watching and waiting for you to take the bait. Let me see what else what's at the bottom of the deck. What is it? Outcome. Cycle. Ooh, some of you. A Magician. Oh my gosh. Others of you, you've got somebody who's really, really trying. They are passionate about you. But you got somebody who's like, who could have been trying to send in temptation after temptation after temptation in order to stop and block this. And you're like, no, no more, no more. And you could have had someone watching, again, with this background, waiting for you to take the bait. But you've defended yourself, and you're being spiritually protected from anything, any kind of temptation. You're like, get thee behind me, Satan. I do not think so. Not, and I did say earlier, not yesterday, not today, and not tomorrow, right? Like, this is what I want. You know, some of you could be looking at moving, you know, towards your soul family, moving new jobs, where you got a new work group around you, you know, with this Pentacles. But this is like you're wanting to work towards your stability, and you may be learning to collaborate with others. Maybe you got some sort of collaborations coming in where people want to work with you. Even it could be a union for some, it could be a relationship where they want a stable relationship with you and they're willing to work it, you know, put in the work for it. And because this is what they see forever with you. But with all these temptations, whomever has been sending all this in towards you, first off, things are changing. And you're like, no. And it's because you passed the tests. But it's like judgment's been called and justice is here. And this obsession, or this somebody who may, you know, you could have been married, you could have been like going through divorce, whatever. There's somebody who's just like this very darker energy around you as well. Like, it's giving like soul contract, where you may have had a karmic soul contract with somebody, but that contract is no longer in effect, basically. And those chains are being broken because justice is, you know, and judgment been called on a situation, and things are going to start balancing out for you because you did not fall for such temptations. And so now you're able to move towards your happily ever after. Look at you. And whatever it is, I mean, for some of you, you don't want to be in a relationship, you know, and to each their own. You know, some of you just want to be happy, secure on your own, taking, you know, you're able to take care of your bills, you can travel, you do whatever. Some of you, you know, you want to be able to do that, but you want to do that with a, you know, a partner. Or some of you, you're just focused on bank, and that's what you're geared towards, and you're like, that's what's going to make me happy, is, you know, feeling that way. So to each your own, and whatever, you know, your goals or what you're wanting to put work into, love, money, career, just passions as well. Like, you know, whatever passions, whatever is driving you, whatever is giving you, that's like being guided to do in a way. Some of you, it's just even like you could just be making things or doing things on the side that's just a hobby, but it fulfills your soul. You know what, honey? I was looking for you. I really did go up in the chat there, and I was like, wait a minute. Did I not say hi to Lisa? I'm like, wait a minute. Did I see Lisa come in yet? No, I don't think I did. It's funny. All right, what else do we have? Karmic balance. I'm getting like end a cycle. I don't know why I'm wanting to flip this upside down, which is like, it's giving the end of an era. Interesting. The end of an era where you may have been going through, where it may felt like tower after tower after tower, but that's it. Things are being balanced out in your life. It feels like maybe you feel like you're restored. Some of you, if it's, you know, like a personal journey, it's like you could be balancing out your masculine and femininity, or it's like you're coming into union with yourself. You face that shadow self and you've accepted it. You've forgiven others. You've forgiven yourself. And you've just, it's giving like you love who you are. Good, bad, you know, where it, like, you're like, it is what it is. Past is past. It's made you what you are today, which in all essence, hopefully, it's made you a better person. And so you're tapping in where you're just like, okay, you're balanced within yourself. You're feeling whole, you know, on your own. Like, no codependency. Like, you don't need the outside validations. You don't need any outside whatever to make you feel a certain way. You're no longer relying on, it's like other people's energies to be able to uplift and boost you. Like, you're like, I could do that all on my own, pop on the music and watch me dance, you know, all on my own. I don't care. But the duality, in the world of duality, you're not here to choose sides, but to hold frequency. Sacred neutrality allows you to witness without absorbing and to remain steady when others are swayed. You're being blessed. Look at you. You've overcome some sort of, with that energy, it's like you've overcome some sort of demonic oppression. You may be doubting, like, you may still have people around you, negative people, who are trying to create doubt within you. Or doubt your faith is what I'm getting as well. Be careful. Trust your intuition. 111s resonate with you. You may have doubted your intuition, but I'm getting like you are no longer doing that. Like, you sensed it, you felt it, you've known it, you are balanced. You know, you got people who may be around you trying to get you to die. It's giving gaslighting. You're like, they don't want to take accountability. Be like, no, you don't remember it that way. This is how it is. You know, but you are trusting your intuition. There's no longer this energy of doubt. And it does say here, in times of doubt, there's clarity to be found within you. Sometimes you already know the answer, intuition, but the truth can be difficult to accept. So you could be doubting your intuition. For some of you, because you did not doubt your intuition, because you followed your intuition and you stayed on the path you were meant to, you're being blessed. Things are balancing out for you. Don't doubt that the universe has, or that God's bringing in what it is that you have wanted. But you may have people who are trying to create that, and you're being asked to trust your intuition. Trust your inner guidance. Trust your inner knowing. Whatever trajectory or path, just trust in yourself. And trust in the universe. Trust in God. That again, all roads, where all roads lead, is going to get you to your end game. It's kind of funny because it's, well, it's not funny, but it's giving like, we're all going to die, right? Times change, cycles happen, but in the end, from the moment that we're born, we're on borrowed time. We're literally, it's a matter of when, where, and how, kind of. And it's like what, no matter the pathway or the directions and all that you get to, the end game, the end goal, we're still all going to wind up in the ground. It's kind of like what it's good. We're still all going to end up there someday. People fear it, but I mean, that's the only way out of this world, right? Alright, you got generative change. Focus is not only fixing what's broken, but on creating new patterns and behaviors that lead to lasting transformation. By shifting your focus from problems to possibilities, you can initiate deep and lasting change. So if you don't focus on the problem, but you focus on how to not only fix the issue, but focus on a potential outcome, it'll shift your focus from thinking on all the negativity and all the issues and things surrounding you. Think about the positive that you want and how to get there. Gift of empathy. I don't know. Somebody may want to like change like your love and your passion that you have not only for yourself but for others. But you are a stronghold. You are a force to be reckoned with, is what I'm getting. Even being as compassionate and loving and caring that you are, it's like you are a force in this universe to be reckoned with. You got asking what if. What if this isn't happening to punish you, but to prepare you? That's a lot of like looking at different things that we've gone through in our lives as lessons. And not staying in that victim mentality to where it's not, you're not stuck in that stronghold. You're looking at it, well, the universe, you know, God's saying things aren't happening to you, it's happening for you, for your highest good, for your benefit. And people want to stay stuck in that mentality to where it's a victim, rather than in a survivor mentality to where, you know what, I went through this shit. It freaking sucked. It sucked, it sucked, it sucked. But you know what? I got through it. And you are stronger because of it. And learning the lessons. What did you learn from that situation? How did you become wiser? How can you apply that towards your future? You know, sometimes you may not understand or know in the moment how it's applied towards your future until your future self gets there. And then you look back and you'll be like, damn, okay. Now, that's why I had to go through that, in order to prepare me for going through this. And I will say, you know, from my experience, you know, again, putting my business out there, but my first divorce, like if y'all don't know, I've been divorced twice. My first divorce went through hell. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in court for probably what? 10 years. Went through about 10 years of it, and it was a hard freaking time I went through. I was in at the very beginning, I went through I went through depression towards the beginning, because it was like a horrible conflicted custody battle. And it was always in that energy of like, why am I going through? Why is this happening? Why, you know? And then fast forward to my second divorce, okay? Most of y'all don't know, but some of y'all do, but most of y'all don't know. I just recently went through another like court situation, battle, whatever, with the ex, with the kids. But it took me to a place to where it was like, you know what? I went through all the shit, and let me tell you, friggin' shit I went through the first time around in order to prepare me for this. And as much as it sucked, And I'm going to tell you, it sucked going through the first situation. It allowed me to be able to cope better, to handle things better, to see things from a higher perspective, rather than being caught in this victim, why me, why me, why me. And it wasn't a why me, it was, all right, God, what is the reason? What is the higher reason, the higher purpose that you are having me go through this? I didn't react in the same ways that I did the first time around. Why? Because I learned those lessons, you know, and it allowed me to be able to kind of handle a situation second time around better. So I gained that wisdom, as heartful and heartbreaking as it was. And someday maybe I'll share, I don't know. We'll see. But as heartbreaking as it was going through the first situation, it just allowed me. So it's like something may be happening now, or you may have just gotten out of something to where it's been like a why, and you needed to pull your head. And I'm not trying to be mean here. I know, just you need to pull your head out your ass, kind of thing. And I don't want to say it like if you've gone through a period of depression, pain, suffering. I'm not saying it's easy to where you can just flip a switch. No, it's doing that inner healing work and seeing things from a higher perspective. And I know in the midst of the hardest battles in our lives, it's hard to do that. It's really hard to do that. But there's going to come a time to where this too shall pass. And you may be retested in the future with something similar, or, you know, same type of situation or something similar, to where because you've gone through the past, it's like, all right, did you learn the lessons? You know, did you? And how are you going to apply the lessons that you learned going through that? You know, most of the time you're going to handle it with strength. Because you're like, look, I've been through this. I know, because I've been through this, I know I can handle this now. I got this. And you're like, yep, I got this. You know, and it's not a pride thing. I've been there. I've went through it. You pulled yourself out of the freaking depths of depression, pain, suffering, all that crap that you've gone through. And you came out the other side. Somebody could be trying to keep you stuck in a box, or keep you in this energy to where it's just like they want to keep you conformed. But you have possibly two different directions that you're looking at going into. You may have a choice. Now, for some of you, that I'm getting that many ways. But it's still, if you take a look at which one is she going to go out? Eeny, meeny, miny, well, which one of y'all got to go? That's what I keep saying. But regardless, in the end, it doesn't even matter. Because either way leads you out of the situation that you're currently in. So, this does say, the way you compare experiences shapes your perception of reality. A contrast frame allows you to see something more clearly by placing it side by side with another experience. For example, when you feel like you're not making progress, compare your skills, your mindset, or situation now to a year ago. You know, so where are you now? Probably much stronger than where you were a year ago. You know, maybe you're going through something where it's hurtful, but you know what? You're still a hell of a lot stronger than you were back at the beginning. Oh, in the beginning. Do you remember the times? Nobody wants you to go back to the beginning. They want you to only look at all the good, and not look at all the toxicity around you. We're already at an hour and a half with this shit. Okay, let's get you some divine timing. Things are happening in the right place at the right time. The universe is like, it's time. I'm getting boogity. It's been a rough road for you. Honey, it has been a rough road, but you got this. Prepare carefully. For some of you, again, it could be traveling, but you're on the right track. You're exactly what you're meant to do. Ahead of you might be a rough road. For some of you, this is like, if you look at this, it's like been in the midst of it. Like you have been in the midst of it. And it's like, all right, time's running out. There's a cycle ending, it's closing. It's been a rough road, but you've been on your path. You've been on the right track. You've been doing what you're meant to do. And you're meant to create change. And it's going to cause a ripple effect out into the world. Because that is what you were meant to do. That is your path, to create change within the world. It may have been rough getting you there, you know, but you've not been, unprotected. You got a wish granted. What do you want, baby? What do you want, boo? You got a wish granted. Somebody coming, it could be a person, place, or thing being offered to you. Oh, no need to... Sorry, Lisa. I mean, we all... Look, we all have our struggles. We all go through shit in our lives. That's why I always say, do not envy anybody. Because in their current status. Because you never know how that person got there. And if you continuously are jealous or envious or whatever, God's going to put in your life that situation. Be like, that's what you want? Okay. If that's what you want, can you overcome the same stuff that person went through in order to get to where they're at? And many people can't handle walking in the same shoes that you walked in. And many people can't do it, That, like I said, but it's not, like, we don't all go through crap in life. Some a little bit more horrific than others. I know I've been saying, like, not just here, but it's like adulting. I think I said it in, we were in like JoJo's chat last night, where it's like adulting, 1 out of 5 stars. And was it Angel Eyes? You said like 0.5. And then I said Earth, coming back to Earth, 1 out of 5 stars, would not recommend. Little Kate me up there. I do not want to come. Please do not make me have to like come back down here and relearn some shit. You got the golden key. You're being given a golden key. Look at that shine. Look at that shimmer. Look at that sparkle. You sparkle wherever you go. You got abundance. Abundance shines within your reach. Open the door with courage. Manifest your life desire. You got the listening key. It's giving like listen to the universe, or listening again to your intuition. What is it telling you? Hear first, then respond. Listening is the handle to understanding. Whatever it is that you're speaking into the universe, because if you take a look at this again, you could be a healer, a light worker, or whatever is what I'm getting. It's creating a ripple effect of beautiful healing light. And the closer you get, the more, I don't want to say more healed you are, But it's like you're creating this ripple effect for others, for healing. This could have been something that you've been, it's giving like lifetimes or eras, in a sense, of wisdom that you've obtained. And because you've obtained this wisdom, you being a light worker, earth angel, elemental angel, chosen one, like you're creating this ripple effect outward. Keep in mind, if you take a look, the middle rings, like there may be darker energies around. They don't want that light to expand. So you're drawing people in closer to you who, in a biblical sense, think about like with Jesus, like I think I said it, was in the last stream or whatever. He poured his time, his energy, and his love into not just the universe, into the world, but into helping heal people who truly wanted to be healed. He didn't force it upon anybody. He allowed them to come to him. And now, he didn't help heal everyone, because sometimes you have to kind of learn through your own lessons, you go through your own situations in order to help heal yourself. But if you had the want and the desire and all that to do that inner work or to heal, you would be drawn closer to them. But those who don't want it, they may be pushed out, staying away from you just because they truly don't want to heal. And so you're being guided and meant to help others who truly want it and don't put in that effort or energy into others who really, they don't. They may portray that they do, or act like they don't. They're not willing to do that, at least right now. I'm not saying forever, but at least right now they're not willing to look within. And that's what it is here. You got the boundary key. Protect yourself from those who want to just come in, take from your essence. So because you may have people who don't want that ripple effect. They don't want you expanding and elevating. They want to block you from this, but you are creating boundaries. This could also be spiritual boundaries. You're being spiritually protected. Those who are of no good for you are being getting eclipsed out of your energy. And also, some of you, it's like you're finally protecting yourself and your energy. You're standing up for yourself in an effort to say no to energies that you know are not good for you. It's again with that test. Are you going to fall? The ability to say no. No. And it can seem harsh at times, but you know what? When it comes to your essence, it's even like, even trying to test your moral code. You need to learn to speak and say, no, that's not what is right for me. Like, I know that's not right for me. Creation key. Oh, look at you. Creation sparks the soul. Inspiration unlocks the future, and fire shapes the path. It's like you've been consumed by the fire and risen from the ashes. Painting a picture of your reality and what it is that you want to manifest in towards you. Some of you, it could be creativity, and it doesn't have to be like actual, like, say like pen to paper, or pencil to paper, or paint to paper. It could be digital art. It could be, architecture. It could be whatever it is. Like, you're actually tapping into that creativity, and you're going to be inspired. It's like your inspiration. But you are also, by you being inspired, you're going to be an inspiration to others. You got crossroads. You're trying to make a decision. Some of you could be actually very like gifted in many different ways, and it's like, well, how do I want to, like, which gift do I want to use? Do I want to, you know, like, and I'm just throwing this out, like, let's say you're going to school, you want to be a teacher, right? And you're like, I want to be a teacher so bad. But it's like, one, do you want to teach a specific subject? Do you want to be generalized? You know, like, do you want to work with the younger kids? Do you want to work middle schoolers, high schoolers? Do you want to be college professor? Like, what do you want to focus in on? So you could be multi-talented to where you vibe with the young crowd, you vibe with the adults, and like everyone in between kind of thing. And it's like, okay, but you may try to incorporate all of them, you know, in an essence, in order to kind of bring it all together. But for some of you, I'm getting like you're needing to make, you're being presented with a choice on the gifts that you've been given. What do you want to do with those? What do you want to do with those gifts? And you're thinking about your future goals and trying to come to some sort of decision. Choices diverge before you. Every path holds meaning. Trust the turn you take. So trust your intuition. Sage. Some of you are very, like, this is giving like High Priestess, Hierophant energy, but it's also giving like past lives. You're thinking like the mages, the magi, the pharaohs, the druids, like those who like were extremely gifted. But it says discernment. Wisdom guides choice. Experience unlocks truth, and insight guards the way. Be careful about people around you and what they say. Just as the eyes are like the windows to the soul, your ears, you know, also affect, you know, what it is that you are consuming within your body, your mind, your soul. So be careful about the people you surround yourself with. Boundaries. You don't want negative naysayers always around you, putting you in an energy. Listen to wise truth. And just because somebody, I'm going to say this right now, just because somebody's older doesn't mean they're wise. You know, because did they learn the lessons from their mistakes? Did they apply that? Kind of thing. So just because like somebody has, like, doesn't mean that they're truly wise. I'm loving this like classical music I got going on here. Light body, you're a light worker. I'm telling you, it's Tower. You are meant to create towers in other people's worlds. For some of you, people around you, in order to bring peace to their souls. Some of you, this is just by you being you. You're loving you, you've gone through an awakening, or you're meant to, I'm getting kind of calm in the storm. You're meant to be the calm in the storm. The anchor, in a sense. You got discernment. You're trusting your discernment, your wisdom, your intuition. There may be something, let me see, spiritual guidance. Some of you are questioning something and you may need some sort of higher guidance. Inner divinity, a right place. Somebody may be trying to be at the right place at the right time, and they're going to come in and be like, I want to be here for you, I want to support you. For some of you, this could be a healing connection, or they're wanting you to heal them. Maybe some generational curses or wounds are wanting you to heal them, or they feel like you are the anchor. for them. All right, let's get like, I don't know if this is resonating with y'all. I hope it does. At least some parts of it. Right. Message from the universe. What does the universe want to tell you? And I think I'm gonna close it up. All right, you got, stop ruminating over what you did or didn't do. Let it go. Again, with that, you're forgiving, not others. I mean, yeah, others, but really forgiving yourself. Let go, let God. And then you've got, take responsibility for your choices. This is your life to live. Own it. You know, it is like your choices. Every action has a natural reaction. So there's somebody who needs to take responsibility for their decisions that they've made. Remember, it's okay to be happy. Really, it is. Don't beat yourself up for the choices and decisions that you've made, is what I'm getting. I'm getting like, okay. I don't know if somebody's dealing with a death or an ending. It's some sort of ending, but I'm getting like if there was like, you know, or even if this isn't you, put in your picture of your mindset of, you know, a very, say like a strong couple, like who was together for so many years, and you knew that this couple was so head over heels for each other, even into their elderly years. Or, you know, maybe like it's like somebody who's been with somebody for like 10 years and you know that they were all about each other. But something happens and the one person passes away. It's given like survivor's guilt in a sense, to where you feel guilty for living your life. You feel guilty for being happy. Even if you've had to walk away from family, friends, you know, and they may try to make you feel a certain way, or like if you're, I'm getting like in-laws for some of you, like if it's like, say like somebody passes away, it's like the in-laws are like, how are you just like moving on with your life and you're just acting like everything's cool, everything's fine, everything, you know, it's not that the pain don't hurt, but you're kind of like, you're allowed to be happy. And you may have people who feel slighted by you and they're like, no, you can't be happy. Could have even been like somebody made their own decision. I am getting like if somebody either took a risk, they could have taken a risk, or they self-deleted. And you know, for it could have been like ongoing, where this person was like, well, if you do do this or don't do this, whatever, like I'm gonna, you know, do that. And it's a form of manipulation, but that person had deeper seated wounds that you couldn't help them heal. And you have to realize that that person made the decision. That person suffered whatever consequence that they've had to. And it's okay for you to move away, move forward, move on, and be happy. And allow that responsibility to stay where it is. Not that you don't take responsibility for your actions or your behavior, but living with a coulda, shoulda, woulda, ruminating over and over and over in your head, your mindset, it's stopping and blocking your path forward, because you're living in like that guilt mindset, and somebody could be trying to make you feel guilty for, again, just being happy. But as long as you're taking not only just accountability for your actions, leaving their decisions, their choices, their actions on them, like that's all you can do. And then let go and forgive the past. You got to speak up and speak out. You'll let your voice be heard loud and clear. So some of you, you're being asked or you're being guided to speak up about what you've went through, or again, it's like speak up again, like you deserve happiness too. Make time to play, have fun, be free. You're being freed from a situation, and I'm getting like it's giving the sun card, where it's like, here comes the sun, where it's like your happiness, like here it comes, you're feeling lighter, you're feeling freer, you're feeling happier, you're feeling like whatever it is, giddy, joyous, and it's because you've learned the art of accountability, of leaving what belongs to somebody else onto them, and no longer in this energy of where you're stuck in this mental loop or this mental cycle of thinking about the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and all that other crap. Because what's it doing for you now? Really, what's it doing for you? The coulda, shoulda, woulda. Can you change it now? Can you fix it? No. You can't. So what? You're just literally blocking your forward momentum and movement. And when somebody has that self-acceptance that you are allowed to move on, be happy. You know, if other people don't like it, if they don't want to see you happy, it's not on you, that's on them. I feel like that's a personal problem. Alright. Alright, you got something about somebody's heart chakra is opening for some of you. You're in alignment. You may have been feeling stuck, or some of you, you've got like some sort of, again, that stagnant energy within you, to where it's that coulda, shoulda, woulda. Protecting, guarding yourself, and you're needing to reclaim, take back your life. Some of you, you've been spiritually protected to stand on business and to take back your life. Take back your time, your energy, your effort. Take back what it is that what did you see for your future that may have been dampened, or dampened, we put it that way. Say you've been like within a relationship, you had all these dreams, all these wants, and then these wishes, and these things that you were aiming and going for, and this is what you wanted originally, of course, but yet you had somebody in your energy was like, no, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, like I need you to do this. And you're like, so it's like you self-sacrificed your own passions, your own desires, and your own needs, in some cases
self-needs, where you are no longer allowing that to take place. You are taking care of you. It's not that you're it's not that you're selfishly being selfish, going after materialistic things or anything. No, this is you going after what you know is right for you, and you're no longer allowing energy around you to try to control your forward movements or to dim your light to where you feel like you're not good enough to do it. You're no longer allowing that. That light is sparking within you. Sometimes it can be a lonely road, or feels like it's a lonely road, but it's just a matter of perspective.
You have others. It does say time to evolve here, decisions. But you have others who've gone through very same or similar situations who truly do understand you. You may not realize it or know, but you do. And for some of you, you're meant to help those who've gone through those kind of situations, or some of you, you're just needing to change that sight to be like, oh, I'm getting the woe is me, like, where you're the only one that's ever suffered, you're the only one that's ever gone through this, or that, or the situation that, no, you're not. Hundreds, thousands, millions, whatever, people have gone through something very similar. I'm getting like, you're not that special. You know what I mean? Like, we have all gone through it in some way, shape, or form. So you're needing, like, get out of some sort of victim mentality and into that survivorhood mentality, and be literally the last one standing in your, I mean, I'm not saying like in life, like you're gonna freaking live to be like 500 years old, like biblical times, but I'm just saying you're gonna be the one that's on top. You're gonna be the one living not only in your truth, but in your own happiness, in your own peace, your love, etc. Like, you're going to be that one. You're not going to let anybody outside of you tell you who to be, what to be, how to be, when to be, like, whatever. No, you're doing things that is absolutely in perfect alignment for you and what you're meant to be doing in this lifetime. All right, and with that, I am going to close it up. And I will be back later on this evening. I think it's 9 o'clock. It might be 9, maybe 8. I don't remember what I scheduled it for. For the guidance, the angel numbers, and the gemstones for the week. What you're needing to hear, work with, know, colors, etc., whatever it is. So I will be back later on this evening for that. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do so. Like, share, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys being here. I really do. I appreciate all my subscribers. You know, all the, you know, those, especially day ones, like y'all been here. We're coming up on, I think it's 2 years. And I think, is it next month? Or October? I can't remember. Coming up on 2 years. And y'all have been with me for, like, you don't know. I know some of you just really don't know. My mods have an idea, but a lot of people around really don't know the sitch, what I've been going through the last couple of years. But I appreciate all y'all who have supported me. I am grateful for all of you. Thank you. You guys have, why am I getting all emotional? Oh my gosh, I don't want to get all emotional. Anyhow, I appreciate you. And I will see you guys later on tonight. So, have a great day. Bye.
Daily reminder, there is a rare group of people out there who go all in. They keep their word, they give it their all, and they go the extra mile while putting themselves last for those they care about. Now, these people rarely receive the same compassion or effort in return, yet they never change, and they continue to give freely. So, to the givers, the forgivers, and the selfless lovers out there, this one's for you. keep fighting. And no matter how bad you want to give the world a taste of its own medicine sometimes, it is never worth losing yourself. Don't let this world change who you are. And remember, take advantage of every little moment you are given.